I think the first and foremost with the Josh Level Classic is I mean, the purpose behind it, is to carry on the legacy of somebody who was a great person, a great brother, or a friend for everybody that's involved in this event. It became like a measuring stick of like, hey, who's the elite in the state of North Carolina? If you consider yourself elite, you're playing in this game, and guys like look at this almost. It's crazy as it sounds. Guys look at this almost like a McDonald's invitation. Like, you did get invited to a Josh Level Classic. That was a big honor.
Each one of these guys that play the game, at least some part of you has to care about your legacy. And if you were Josh, if you were headed somewhere in life and you were working your butt off to get there, and all of a sudden now you're not here anymore, I think anybody that lives, cares about something and lives for something on this earth during this life is going to care about how their name is carried on in the future. Without us as a whole, like the community, and without the event itself, like, it would be easy for Josh's name to kind of fade, and no player would want that for themselves or somebody that they know. So it's like, this is a chance for the players to play for themselves, but in light of another energy that's no longer with us. And for us, it's like the chance to promote something that matters more than anything. What are some memorable highlights that you would want them to see to get a feel for the energy in the building?
I mean, the first one obviously got to be Ian Steele and Brandon Huffman. That's got to be the one that you show everybody, like, listen, this is the atmosphere, this is the environment, man.
Sat down with Jake Honeycutt and Trey Chapman here in the studio to talk about some of their best moments from the event, why people should pay attention to it, and all the information for this year's event. So let's check that out now.
So in 2013, Josh Level, who was one of the best basketball players in the country, passed away mid-game from myocarditis. It was a viral infection that attacked his heart, and it really just took the basketball community and just the North Carolina and Greensboro community by storm. Besides being obviously an amazing basketball player, he was a great person. He was somebody that, including myself, Josh was a few years older than me, I looked up to, and somebody that, just always brought a smile to people's faces. So in 2014, Josh's best friend, Kanaya Obi-Rapu, for his senior project, started the Josh Level Classic. And for the first year, Kanaya, for his senior project, got all of Josh's best friends together and all of Josh's former teammates together to play in a showcase all-star event in honor of Josh and to raise money for charity.
Our purpose with Josh Level Classic is to do two different things. One, bring together the youth, the inner city youth. A huge thing for us has always just been to give inner city youth new experience and have them point them in directions that they may not have been expected to go before. Making sure every gym in the country has an AED, that's something that we really want to focus on. Making sure that other student athletes are CPR trained. Certain things like that. Those are things that we really want to focus on, really want to push and become, have people become more knowledgeable about. And also, just make sure everybody has the right tools. So that's our charity.
In the 6 years that we had the event, we had 16 former players going to play in the NBA. 9 of them were first-round draft picks and over 100 Division I players. In that group, Harry Giles, he was the #1 player in the country at the time. Bano Adebayo, who's an NBA All-Star. Brandon Ingram, Jerome Robinson, who was a lottery pick. Kyron Bowman, Caleb and Cody Martin, Theo Pinson, Wendell Moore, who had a Final Four run with Duke this year, Kobe White, who's a lottery pick, Patrick Williams, who's the #4 pick in the NBA draft, among countless others. Joey Baker, who played in the Final Four this past year. And it's crazy to think about that I can't even name all the NBA alumni. We've only had the event for 6 years. Ian Steele, Windmill, and Brandon Huffman was a huge one. I hate to call out Huff because we're both Carolina guys, but it is what it is. He really just turned that event up, and that was my first year. Me and Reggie kind of co-directed that event together and essentially started that game from scratch. And so for him to come over and have that viral moment in his first game, or in our first time doing it, was awesome. Seeing that game in 2015 when I was still in high school with Dennis Smith Jr. and Harry Giles on the court together, the #4 and #1 player in the country playing together on the court in Greensboro, North Carolina, was insane to watch. The show they put on, And then additionally, Kobe White getting into it with Kobe Langley in the 2018 Josh Level Classic was really, really cool to see. I think Kobe scored 40 points that game. And then the following year, El Ellis, who's now at Louisville, set the event scoring record with 41 points.
It's very much so a community-based event, and each year when we put it on, we think about the community first. We want people to come to the game, we want them to have fun, we want to see great talent, but just celebrate, you know, just the opportunity for everybody to be in the same gym, everybody to kind of, you know, hang out together and just see good basketball, you know what I mean? It's fun, it's a fun environment, people are jumping around and moving around, it's not everybody just sitting in their seats boring, you know what I mean? It's an extremely fun environment.
You're literally donating to a charity. All of our money goes back to the Smile for Josh Foundation. And for us, you're honoring somebody that was an amazing person. Josh left an impact and an imprint on everybody he was around in his everyday life, and you're supporting him, you're supporting his family, and you're supporting the Smile for Josh Foundation. We're gonna make sure it's entertaining for everybody there to watch, whether it's kids, teenagers, grown people. It's something there for everybody. We'll have vendors there, we'll have obviously a high-level talent, we'll have halftime shows. Everything that you want in an event we'll have, and we're really excited to bring it to you all.